In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, consumerism, entertainment, all designed to pull people away from something deeper, something greater. Many in the West are feeling this emptiness, searching for meaning beyond the endless cycle of work, bills, and temporary pleasures. And that's where Islam steps in. It offers discipline, direction, and a purpose that speaks to the soul. It doesn't just tell you what to believe, it gives you a way to live, one that brings balance, peace, and clarity in a world full of chaos. 5 daily prayers structure the day, reminding believers that no matter how busy life gets, nothing comes before their connection with God. Fasting during Ramadan teaches patience, self-control, and gratitude, values that modern society is quickly losing. The concept of halal and haram provides clear boundaries, eliminating confusion about what's right and wrong. Unlike a world where morality shifts with trends, Islam's principles remain firm, giving people something solid to hold on to. And that's exactly why so many are embracing it. Look around. Depression, anxiety, and loneliness are at an all-time high in the West, despite advancements in technology and wealth. People have everything except inner peace. They turn to self-help books, meditation apps, and even drugs, hoping to fill the void. But deep down, they know these are temporary fixes. Islam doesn't just offer comfort. It provides a solution. Submission to God replaces stress with trust, confusion with clarity, and emptiness with purpose. That's why you see professionals, athletes, celebrities, and everyday people accepting Islam, not because they were forced, not because they were tricked, but because they found something real, something that gives them direction when the world offers none. And yet, they don't want you to know this. The same media that pushes negativity about Islam won't tell you that thousands are converting every year. They will highlight how Islam is transforming lives, restoring families, and bringing people together beyond race and class. But the truth has a way of coming out, and no matter how hard they try to hide it, more and more people are waking up, reading, questioning, and realizing that Islam isn't just a religion, it's a way of life that the heart naturally inclines to. And that's exactly why it's spreading. For years, they've fed people a narrative, one designed to keep them from seeing the truth. The media has worked overtime to paint Islam as something foreign, something oppressive, something to be feared. But despite their best efforts, people are waking up. They're asking questions, doing their own research, and what they're finding is the exact opposite of what they've been told. They see a faith built on discipline, peace, and justice, a faith that doesn't need intermediaries, that doesn't divide people by race or social class, but instead unites them under one truth: submission to God. And that truth is powerful. One of the biggest reasons Islam is spreading so fast in the West is because it offers a level of unity and brotherhood that many people have never experienced. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, black or white, an executive or a janitor. When you stand in prayer, you stand as equals. In a world where people are judged by their bank accounts, their skin color, or their status, Islam removes all of that. It speaks to the soul, reminding us that true worth is not in what we own, but in our character, our faith, and our actions. That's why you see people from all backgrounds, whether in the streets of London, the suburbs of Paris, or the cities of America, turning to Islam because it offers something real, something that doesn't change with the times or bow down to societal trends. Beyond unity, Islam makes sense. More and more educated individuals are realizing that this isn't just a faith based on belief, but one deeply rooted in logic, science, and reason. The Quran speaks about embryology, the expansion of the universe, and even the water cycle, concepts discovered centuries later by modern science. Unlike other religions that have had to adapt or adjust to fit new discoveries, Islam has remained unchanged, yet continues to align with everything we learn about the world. That's not coincidence, that's truth. But they don't want you to know that. They want you to believe Islam is something outdated, something rigid. And yet, here it is, growing, thriving, and calling people back to something greater than themselves. No matter how much they try to suppress it, the truth is out there, and more people are seeing it every day. In a world where everything is changing, morality, values, even the definition of right and wrong, People are searching for something stable, something that doesn't bend to societal pressure. Islam offers that. It provides a clear way of life, one that prioritizes discipline, family, and a connection with God. And for many in the West, that's exactly what they've been missing. The modern world promotes a life of self-indulgence. Do whatever you want, live without consequences. But people are realizing that this so-called freedom comes at a cost. Broken homes, depression, anxiety, a never-ending pursuit of material things that never satisfy the soul. Islam, on the other hand, brings balance. It reminds people that true peace isn't found in chasing desires, but in living with purpose, accountability, and devotion. One of the biggest reasons Islam is spreading is because it restores what society is losing: family, respect, and responsibility. In a time when marriages are falling apart, when parents and children barely communicate, when individualism is prioritized over community, Islam stands firm in protecting these sacred bonds. It teaches that a strong society starts with a strong family. It honors parents, encourages marriage over casual relationships, and emphasizes the duty we have toward one another. People see this and they realize it's what's missing in their own lives. They see Muslim families, the structure, the loyalty, the unity, and they want that. They want a system that nurtures real love, respect, and stability in a world that's becoming more disconnected by the day. And beyond family and discipline, Islam offers something even deeper: peace of mind. So many people in the West are struggling with anxiety and depression. Despite living in some of the richest countries in the world, they have money, success, opportunities, yet they still feel empty. Why? Because the soul needs more than material things. Islam shifts the focus from the temporary to the eternal. It teaches gratitude, patience, and reliance on God. It replaces fear with faith, stress with submission, and emptiness with purpose. That's why people from all walks of life, athletes, celebrities, professionals, and everyday individuals, are embracing Islam because it fills the void that nothing else can. And no matter how much they try to bury this truth, it keeps spreading, because when people find real peace, real purpose, and real connection with God, they don't let it go. They've tried to control the narrative. For years, they've painted Islam as something foreign, something extreme, something that doesn't belong in the West. But despite all the propaganda, the misinformation, and the fear tactics, Islam continues to grow. And not just among immigrants or specific communities, people from all backgrounds, races, and social classes are accepting it. Why? Because the truth is stronger than any lie. And the truth is, Islam offers something the modern world is failing to provide: discipline, family values, purpose, and peace. Look at society today. Everything is built around instant gratification, quick pleasures, temporary highs, meaningless distractions. But what happens when the thrill fades? People are left feeling lost, empty, disconnected from something greater than themselves. Islam cuts through all that noise. It provides discipline in a world of chaos. The 5 daily prayers force you to pause, reflect, and remember your purpose. Fasting teaches self-control in a world that encourages indulgence. The concept of halal and haram gives clear guidance, removing the confusion of ever-changing moral standards. And this structure, this clarity, is exactly what people are searching for. Then there's family. Western society is witnessing a breakdown of traditional values. Divorce rates are skyrocketing, relationships are becoming disposable, and loneliness is at an all-time high. Islam stands firm against this decline. It emphasizes strong families, respect for parents, and the sacred bond of marriage. It reminds people that love isn't just about feelings, it's about responsibility, commitment, and building a foundation that lasts. When people see Muslim families, how they support one another, how they stay connected across generations, it resonates. It reminds them of something they've lost, something they want back. And beyond discipline and family, Islam provides something even deeper: peace. Depression, anxiety, and stress have become the norm in Western societies. People chase success, wealth, fame, thinking it will bring happiness, only to realize it never does. Islam shifts the focus. It teaches reliance on God, gratitude for what you have, patience in hardship. It gives people a sense of purpose that isn't tied to material success. That's why so many converts describe feeling a deep sense of peace, a weight lifted off their shoulders. They don't want you to know this. They don't want you to see that Islam is not just surviving in the West. It's thriving. Because when the soul finds the truth, nothing can stop it. For years, they've controlled the narrative, feeding people the same misconceptions, the same distorted images of Islam. They've tried to make it seem like a religion of the past, something rigid, something incompatible with the modern world. But despite all their efforts, Islam is spreading faster than ever in the West. And not because it's being forced on anyone, not because of any media campaign, but because people are discovering the truth for themselves. They're realizing that Islam is not just a religion. It's a way of life, a system that provides answers, structure, and purpose in a world that feels more lost by the day. One of the biggest reasons for this growth is Islam's emphasis on unity. It doesn't matter where you come from, what color your skin is, how much money you have. When you step into a mosque, you stand shoulder to shoulder with people from all walks of life. No divisions, no superiority, just pure brotherhood under the worship of one God. And in a world where racism, classism, and division are everywhere, that message is powerful. People are tired of being judged by their background, their status, their appearance. They want something real, something that unites rather than divides. Islam offers that, but it's not just about unity. Islam also provides logic and truth that stand the test of time. More and more educated individuals are studying the Quran, comparing it with modern science, and realizing that its teachings align perfectly with what we now know about the universe. The expansion of space, embryology, the water cycle, things only recently discovered were written in the Quran over 1,400 years ago. And unlike other religions that have had to change and adapt over time, Islam has remained unchanged, its truth standing firm no matter how much the world evolves. That consistency, that unshakable foundation is drawing people in. And yet, they don't want you to see this. They won't highlight the doctors, the scientists, the intellectuals who are embracing Islam. They won't show the thousands of people finding peace, purpose, and fulfillment through its teachings. So no matter how much they try to suppress it, the truth spreads. Because when people start searching for meaning, when they start questioning the life they've been handed, all roads lead back to the same conclusion. Islam isn't just growing, it's awakening hearts. And nothing can stop the truth from reaching those who seek it. People in the West have more wealth, more technology, and more opportunities than ever before, yet something is missing. Despite all the progress, depression, anxiety, and loneliness are at record highs. They have everything they were told would make them happy: money, freedom, entertainment. Yet the void inside keeps growing. That's why so many are turning to Islam, not because of pressure, not because of trends, but because Islam provides what the modern world cannot: true inner peace. Islam shifts the focus from materialism to purpose. It teaches that life is more than just chasing success or temporary pleasures. It reminds people that no amount of money, fame, or status will bring lasting happiness. Real peace comes from submission to God, from trusting His plan, from knowing that every hardship, every struggle has meaning. And when people experience this shift in perspective, they feel a weight lifted. They no longer chase empty distractions. They find contentment in what they have. They replace stress with faith. That's why so many converts describe feeling a deep sense of peace the moment they accept Islam, because the heart finds rest when it connects with its creator. But it's not just about personal peace. Islam provides a sense of community, a bond that goes beyond nationality, race, or background. In an individualistic society where people feel more disconnected than ever, Islam restores that connection. It creates a family beyond blood, one that supports, uplifts, and reminds each other of the greater purpose. That's why you see people who were once lost, once searching, now standing strong, now feeling whole. Because they've found not just faith, but a family, a support system that stands by them in both good times and bad. And yet, they don't want you to know this. They don't want you to see the thousands of people leaving behind a life of uncertainty, stress, and emptiness for one of clarity, peace, and purpose. They won't tell you about the doctors, the athletes, the intellectuals who have found something in Islam that nothing else could provide. But no matter how much they try to hide it, the truth keeps spreading. Because the human soul will always be drawn to what it was created for: connection with God. And that's why Islam is not just growing, it's transforming lives.